My apologies, David Corenswet. My apologies. Look, this 2025 Superman is going to surprise the hell out of y'all. I just stumbled out of the theater like a deer that accidentally wandered into a grave, pupils blown wide, heart racing, and genuinely questioned if I just watched one of the most daring takes on Superman ever put on the screen. Woo! Let's rip the band-aid off. I loved it. But is going to be spicy out there. Because listen, if you're rolling in expecting another Christopher Reeve Sunday sermon or a Zack Snyder existential doom poem, you're going to get hit with a dodgeball right in the face. James Gunn basically said, what if Superman was the ultimate feel-good cocktail, but I still stirred in a shot of that wacky Guardians of the Galaxy energy? And then he poured heavy as hell. Now, David Corenswet is Superman. No, like actually, he is Superman. The way he carries himself in this movie is like you bottled up every moral fiber your grandmother ever prayed you'd have and stuck it in a jacked dude wearing a cape. There's this one bit, oh man, look, where he's saving a crowd and still cracking the gentlest, most sincere smile like he's serving them homemade pie instead of literally stopping death in his tracks. That is Superman. That's Superman from the comics. That's the Boy Scout with the heart of titanium we've all been begging for. Now let's talk about the humor, because holy crap. I felt like I was on a roller coaster operated by a stand-up comic who refused to let me catch my breath. I'm talking some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in a superhero movie, period. Funnier than Guardians of the Galaxy, too. And is not cheap fart gags or forced TikTok memes. It's this organic, playful banter that's woven into the actual stakes. Like, imagine you're dangling off of a cliff and the dude pulling you up is cracking the sweetest dad jokes while still making sure you don't die. That right there explains the vibe here. Now let's talk crypto. My goodness, crypto. I was one of those people rolling my eyes at the trailer thinking, bro, for real? Why is this cartoon dog next to Superman? But this pooch though, crypto stole more hearts than an airport baggage handler. There's scenes where he's fighting alongside Soups, and it's like watching your goofy golden retriever save the planet in between begging for treats. If you're a dog person, brace yourself. Your heart just might explode. Now, Rachel and Nicholas Hoult absolutely crushed it. Lois Lane is smart, fiery, and feels like someone you'd absolutely trust to break the biggest story of the decade. Their chemistry is like watching a campfire, warm, unpredictable, and if you get too close, you'll probably singe your eyebrows. And Hoult, as Lex, imagine that one slick rich kid from high school who also might be building nukes in his basement. Terrifying, but fun to watch unravel. Now, this movie is weird in a comic book way. Stuff happens that you've never cracked open a comic. Like if you never cracked open a comic, you'd be like, damn, what? Did I accidentally microdose before coming in? But for us comic geeks, this is like finally being handed the spicy menu at the back of the restaurant. It's unapologetically nerdy, like flipping to the weirdest pages of a DC issue and going, yeah, let's adapt that. And the heart, oh man. It's got this big pulsing core of goodness that you can feel under all the jokes and laser eyes. You can tell James Gunn loves this character more than everybody else. There's one bit, I won't spoil it, where Superman chooses the kindest possible option in a situation where most movies would have gone dark or edgy. In the theater, you could have heard the collective exhale. Like we all needed that. Like the world's so used to cynicism that seeing raw hope was almost awkward. Now, it's not perfect. I've got some nitpicks that'll keep me up tonight, poking holes in the ceiling with my thoughts. Some scenes felt like they needed an extra minute to breathe, and there are definitely choices here that hardcore Snyder heads might choke on. But that's fine. That's cinema. Give me a movie that takes swings over a safe paint by numbers anytime. And if this is the new DCU, bruh, sign me up. If the Green Lanterns, Batmans, whoever else come rolling in with the same fearless, heartfelt energy, we just might finally be out of that long DC wilderness where we've been wandering like Moses hoping for milk and honey. So yeah, coming out of the theater, big dumb grin on my face, popcorn still stuck in my teeth, ready to come back tomorrow, because this is a Superman who actually makes you want to be better. Not broodier, not cooler, just better. Anyway, that's my rant fresh off the red carpet fumes. If you've seen it, let me know if your heart's still intact. Or do you like Henry Cavill way better than David Corenswet as Superman? Are you still bitter about that? Because Superman's back and he brought the puppy. Check this out. For the actual full spoiler review, go ahead and subscribe right now.